Theatrhythm Final Bar Line is the ultimate celebration of a 35-year-old franchise that is known for some of the most iconic pieces of video game music. Not only is it a lot of fun, Square Enix managed to create a game so good that there is literally nothing to complain about. Theatrhythm Final Bar Line is a celebration of the music from the Final Fantasy series, and it does an excellent job of showcasing some of the best tracks from the franchise. It features some of the best tracks from Final Fantasy 1 to 15, some sequels like Final Fantasy X-2, and also a lot of spin-offs like Crisis Core, Crystal Chronicles and Dissidia. Overall, there are almost 400 different songs, which is an insane number of tracks. This will definitely keep you busy for a while. The gameplay is relatively simple. There are 3 different types of notes, each requiring a slightly different action from the player. You hit the red notes with the action buttons, the yellow notes with the analog sticks, and for the green notes you hold one of the action buttons and release it on time. While the premise is simple, the reaction time required from you can match the difficulty of some of the hardest tracks from Guitar Hero, at least on the highest difficulties. One thing gets clear pretty quickly. Square Enix spent a lot of time and effort making this game fun and accessible for everyone. Not only because the difficulties are designed perfectly, with each higher one being manageable but challenging enough, but also because you have a ton of options to customize your experience with the game. You can adjust the timing a bit, telling the game if you're more of a late or an early button presser. You can add elements that cover up your screen if you need it even more difficult, or change the transparency of the scene in the background if that is something that distracts you from the rhythm part. There are even more options, and that is a great way, giving the players the choice to adjust the experience with the game to their liking. I personally just play most of the levels on the second difficulty. For the beginning, that is challenging for me, but I get good results, so that's the spot where I have the most fun. There are not many different game modes or ways to shake up the gameplay, but that isn't necessary, because each song plays completely differently on another difficulty. Also, there's a multiplayer mode that is cleverly designed. You can play against random players or friends in different modes. In one mode, the 4 lines are split between you and your friend, and in another mode you can play against other players, and well-timed actions cause some disadvantages for your opponent. That creates a great potential for long-term motivation, or to keep players coming back to the game over and over again. What sets Theatrhythm Final Bar Line apart from other rhythm games is its unique RPG elements. You create a party of characters from various Final Fantasy games, and as you play, they level up and gain new abilities. But honestly, that isn't all that important. Customizing your party and gaining levels is only really necessary if you want to complete the optional objectives for each track, because a higher level means your characters are stronger and can defeat more enemies while you try to perfectly time your button presses. But completing these side missions often reward you with extra stuff. Sometimes you get combat items and sometimes collectibles from the museum. Here you can look at videos, cards with characters and summons on it, and a bunch of other stuff that underlines that this game is a love letter to the art of the franchise. One thing that I really appreciate about this game is its attention to detail. The backgrounds for each song are beautifully designed and often reference the games from which the music comes. The character models are also adorable and bring a lot of personality to the game. And unlocking new series and therefore new characters is super fun. Theatrhythm Final Bar Line is an excellent game for fans of Final Fantasy music and rhythm games. The RPG elements add an extra layer of depth to the gameplay, and the attention to detail is impressive. Theatrhythm Final Bar Line is a delight to play and an absolute must-play if you love the music of Final Fantasy, and the franchise in general, because there's no better way to celebrate this legendary series right now than playing this superb spin-off. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would be happy if you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out any future reviews, top lists and other fun gaming stuff. Have a nice day and I'll see you in the next video.